Fern Howard, the Hampshire-based manufacturer of energy-efficient light fittings, is an example of a company that successfully changed its business strategy to counter the threat of cheap imports from overseas, particularly China. Today, despite its modest size, Fern Howard has large market share in the manufacture of 2D compact fluorescent luminaires. The selling points of Fern Howard's product are its durability, its robustness and its energy efficiency, making it popular with electrical contractors whose responsibility it is to fit lighting solutions in volatile areas, for example stairwells of apartment blocks and universities. But Fern Howard knew it also had to try and compete on price.
You can't ignore the price that China does offer, and you have to work very hard at being competitive. We have a process that is not a very highly engineered process, but where it is practical to do so, we've invested in automation to try and take out labour and take out cost out of the process.
Having a more automated production line means Fern Howard can use a more modular manufacturing process and hold stock in a state of sub-assembly rather than as finished products.
Everything is held roughly about 3/4 of its assembly forever. At that point, after we take the order, and only at that point do we complete the product. So we just have a whole back catalogue of stock of sub-assemblies that we can just pick up and utilise within minutes into a finished product. Our customers like it because they can just get the variant they need very quickly.
Fern Howard also knew it could beat its Chinese counterparts on quality of customer service. It adopted a new sales strategy, employing salespeople who were prepared to go out and meet contractors and end users and find out firsthand what the market required. Fern Howard's time-in-a-box solution is the result of conversations with electrical contractors who, in times of recession, wanted an easier and more time-efficient product to fit.
They come unassembled, ready for you to just fit to the ceiling. This saves on time for installation, and obviously you install a lot more throughout the day, and the guys appreciate that as the installers.
It became quite clear that obviously they wanted a good quality product and one that would last and one they was happy to install in their client's premises, but also any time-saving advantages we could give them. So even if the product did cost slightly more than a cheaper alternative, if they could install it in 20% less time, time is money, and that's the advantages they was looking for.
In China, as we know, labour is very cheap. So if it takes 3 times as long for a Chinese person to install it, it's fairly irrelevant. With the Western rates of labour and qualification of engineers, time is money. So listening to our customers via our sales representation team, who are always looking and talking to our customers, the whole principle of it is to understand what the issues are.
Easy to fit may make the contractor's job easier, but the benefit to housing associations like the Peabody Trust is the product's durability and robustness.
If you look at our current product range, there's no finger holes. You can't actually manage to get your fingers around the back of the fitting. You can't try and rip the diffuser off. Now sure, somebody takes a sledgehammer to it, it's going to damage it and it's going to break the luminaire. But in reality, most housing environments and utility areas, because they've improved the light and the lighting is durable, funny enough, the vandalism tends to move away.
A recent acquisition of an injection moulding component supplier is helping to strengthen Fern Howard's profit margins. The housings to its light fittings are now made in-house, rather than purchased from a third-party manufacturer.
What we felt is it's important to have a larger part of the manufacturing process under our own control. So when we operate in an area that's relatively slim margins, and all the time you're giving substantial parts of those margins to other people in the manufacturing process.
We will mould, we will put onto a conveyor, the conveyor will feed it through a gasket machine, the gasket machine will take it to the automatic screw assembly, so we will actually end up with a fully assembled base and thing at that point, and it hasn't cost us any labour.
For an SME, Fern Howard punches considerably above its weight. 3,000 products are finished in its factory every day, helping it achieve a turnover of about £9 million per year. 4% of that figure it spends on research and development, as new technologies in the lighting sector is poised to bring a different breed of lighting product onto the market. Fern Howard was established in the early 1970s, but its commitment to its customers and its own future is helping it build a solid platform for continued success.